Hello, I'm Sarah Fennick. Welcome to Banc Binary's Asset Roundup, the latest in our series of educational videos on binary options trading. Today we're going to review the major market moving events for the month of October 2013 and their impact on assets. The biggest news for October came from the US and the 16-day partial government shutdown that sent the global economy into a frenzy. As the US shutdown took hold on the 1st of October, investors immediately began selling their greenbacks, favouring instead the Eurozone currency on the Euro-USD exchange. The following 2 weeks left investors wavering over the value of the US dollar, but when the shutdown finally drew to a close on the 17th of October, the dollar fell sharply as investors correctly predicted that the US government would maintain its $85 billion bond buying program. During the 17 days of the shutdown, the euro recorded an incredible 165 pip gain against the dollar. The 22nd of October saw the release of US non-farm payrolls data, 18 days later than scheduled. The tremendous drop of 45,000 in the number of employed Americans drove the US currency to even greater depths as the euro rallied 117 pips following the release of the report. The exchange rate between the two currencies maintained relatively stable levels until the last day of the month. The lower than anticipated European inflation rate of the CPI flash estimate on the 31st of October moved the euro from its dominant position against the dollar in a whopping fall of 165 pips by the end of the day. Gold reacted in a similar way with the euro towards the events that marked the US economy in October. Although on the 1st of the month, demand for the safe haven commodity decreased as investors expected the shutdown to be short-lived, the prospect that the Fed would delay scaling back its economic stimulus sent investors flocking to the untarnished value of gold on October 17th, with the negative figures of the NFP further increasing demand in the precious metal on the 22nd. On the last day of the month, however, with the US manufacturing levels forecast to show an increase, investors abandoned gold as they made their most confident move towards the US dollar in over a month. The movements in the USD-yen currency pair throughout October proved the widespread impact of the US shutdown on global economy as the yen followed the reaction of its European counterpart. The beginning of the month saw a bearish market on the dollar against the yen. The American currency recovered briefly during the second week, but the end of the shutdown on the 17th of October drove the US currency back down. The greenback slid even further against the yen on the 22nd of October with the release of the negative NFP, but quickly gained its lost ground the following week. Finally, on the last day of October, the Bank of Japan pledged to expand its monetary base and forecast that inflation would reach its 2% target, which diminished the prospects of a weakening yen. I'm Sarah Fennick. This has been Banc Binary's Asset Roundup for the month of October 2013. Don't forget to contact your account manager about this week's investment opportunities, in particular US non-farm payrolls scheduled for Friday the 8th of November. I hope you all have very successful trades on the markets. Until next time, goodbye.